Hi there, my name is Kronenberg and welcome to my channel. This is a game review of A Study in Steampunk Choice by Gaslight. It's an RPG indie game. The developer and publisher is Hosted Games. Came out in 2015 and out of the 3 reviews it got a positive. Single player, Steam achievements for Windows 7, I'm on Windows 10 and it's currently for £2.89 or $3.99 there. Steam powered mechs meet forbidden sorcery in this interactive steampunk novel inspired by Sherlock Holmes, Dracula, Jekyll and Hyde, and the Yorkshire Ripper. Sorry, the Yorkshire Ripper, the London Ripper, Jack the Ripper. That'll do. I'll go with him. So I've done one of these before, ages ago. You can look it up in my reviews. I can't remember what it was called, but it looked like it was some sort of cartoony thing, and then I opened it up and it started up like this. I'm not sure I'll play the full 30 minutes, but I'll probably play about 20 minutes. And you can play the first 3 chapters. Show stats. Achievements. Menu. Change the game. Okay, so we're going to click Start. Here we go. Right, there's no music or anything, you don't have to turn it down. The file size, by the way, in the demo is a whopping 16 megabytes, so it'll take you a grand total of about a second to download it. For the demo, that is. Right, let's start again. Okay. I'll let you read it, or I can read it actually. I'll read it. Happiness style I am. Even though I'm losing my voice. The air outside shakes with the sound of a cannon even. And the ground shakes with the heavy footfalls of steam-powered Vlasky and Mercian mechs. Within the prison walls, you can hear shouting voices and running feet, but none have reached this corridor yet. You stagger towards daylight as fast as you can, Pierce's arm draped heavily over your shoulders. He was the only prisoner still alive to rescue. The other captured soldiers were beyond your help, their handprint marked bodies left in heaps like so much rubbish. It is the year 1881, and you are an officer in the medical corps of the Mercian Imperial Army, currently stationed at the very edges of the Empire, where you hold the line against encroaching Vlaskyria. All of Her Majesty's officers are skilled and well-trained men, of course, but only the true elite were assigned to this daring prison camp rescue. To tell us, why are you among them? What skill do you possess that makes you extraordinary? I think I'm a crack shot. You've already proven it twice since entering the prison compound. Your deadly accuracy with your service revolver brought down 2 of the enemy, one a light eater who had gotten hold of your comrades in the rescue party. I don't know about the other one. You managed to kill the light eater without wounding a soldier who escaped with only a faint mark on his skin. Not many could have made that shot. A good job too, there were far too much death today. You wince at the memory of the captured soldiers who were too late to save, and you cringe to think how they died. Light eating is a vile, sickening practice. It sickens you in particular for personal reasons. There's only a little further to go now. Your companions retreated as per the orders, when the sound of combat outside indicated the mission had gone pear-shaped, but you couldn't bear to leave without checking the last row of cells. And a good thing you did, or you never would have found Pierce. And remember the smell of that room for a long time, the way it brought sickness to the back of your throat. It was a fight to keep your hands steady enough to free him from his restraints. You emerge into daylight and Pierce gives a sob of relief, and then you realise you have walked into the middle of a mech fight. Firefight. Thundering metal giants, Vlasky and Mercian, hurl enormous cannonballs at each other. Okay, that sounds good. That one. You spot a ravine and stumble towards it. You're almost there when the ground-shaking stomp of a mech foot quickens your pace for you. The ground heaves under your feet. Pierce's arm slips from your shoulders as you fall, and you hear him cry as he tumbles down the slope beside you. Blinking dirt out of your eyes, you catch a blurred, tilted vision of the Vlasky mech stomping along the bank above. Steam pours from its ears like fog. The stokers inside must be working double time. The head swivels, and blank eyes passing over your position, but the gigantic feet do not stop their forward progress. Perhaps the gunner inside can't see you amidst all the boulders. Or perhaps he has a more attractive target to pursue. craning your head, you see outlined against the distant mountains the corresponding Mercian mech, the one in which you arrived to execute this smash and grab raid, and which was intended to be your transportation back to the Mexican lines. Mercian lines, sorry about that. Its cannon arm is up and firing, but it is retreating. As you watch, the Vlasky mech's pursuit quickens into a jog. Damnation! Your position has just become behind enemy lines. You roll over to check on Pierce. His uniform is torn in many places, revealing the livid red handprint, and crusted over knife slashes the mottled, otherwise sickly pale skin. He could hardly stand when you pulled him out the cell, and the tumble down the slope could have done him no good at all, but amazingly his eyes blink open. They regard you in an uncertain, unfocused sort of way, probably thinking you git. How many fingers do you ask holding up your hand? 2, he raps, maybe 3. Remember your name? Pierce smiles a little. Pierce, he mumbles, James S. He looks up at you, trying for the old cheeky grin, and it's pretty close to the bravest thing you've ever seen. Remember yours? Of course you remember yours. You haven't been captured and tortured, but you suppose you might as well humour him. Let's be Watson. Hehehe. And my first name, or my given name. Leonard. Leonard Watson. Sounds like a cool name. And the initial name that appears on the army records? Well, of course, it's this. Xavier or something stupid. You suppose you might... Oh, yeah, there it is. You suppose you might as well humour him. Watson, Leonard X. You crane your head to see over the side of the ravine. It's hard to tell how far away the battle has carried the two mechs. All you can see is a barren, rocky wasteland stretching in every direction. Even before the devastation wreaked by the steam-driven war machinery of the two empires, the tiny mountain country of Goraska was a place no one in their right mind would want. Your empire and the Vlasky Empire fight over it, only because it is the last barrier between them. You look back down in time to catch the expression on Pierce's face, and move hastily to reassure him. The lads will come right back for us. So all right, if they don't. Pierce's eyes shifted close. He looked almost peaceful now. Peaceful. At least I'm dying out of here, instead of in here, in there. You're not about to die, you chide him. You're with me. You've got nothing to worry about. He smiles a little. Of course, Leonard Watson. Crack shot. That's a boast, a deliberate exaggeration to make Pierce smile, but there's a little truth in it. A lot of truth in it, even. You find it easy to bluff at the card table and soothe in the ward, and you're known among your colleagues for your ability to tell a tale. Pierce's brief smile fades. I wasn't afraid, you know, when they first came for me, the Light Eaters. I thought I knew, because we had a healer, you know, in the village, when I was small. Most villages did back in those days, some still do still. The religions of the two empires are the same root, after all, though Mercia broke the power of its sun temples centuries ago, and the have allowed theirs to evolve into the current monstrosity, where light-eating is considered the sacred privilege of the sun-touched instead of a perversion and an abomination. You think of the pile of handprint-stained bodies, and the bile rises in the back of your throat. Under control of Vlasky aristocrats, Vlasky serfs are still stuck in superstitious dark ages, where they are trained to see the sun touched as blessed and deserving of reverence, even, especially when the sun touched drain the life from their bodies. I'm actually going to stop. So, right, I'm going to pause there, because it's, as you can tell, that's what it is. I'm going to, like I say, I'm going to pause it and talk. So, if you like stories, and this is mech warriors and stuff like that, so it's a bit weird. It's in the 1800s, but you've got some sort of strange creatures that's been about. But you can see what you can do. You can select different things, and based on that, that's how your story goes. It's like those old books you might have seen, where you select something, and then you go to that page or something, different pages for different selections. So that's what it is. So if you select this, you'll go to probably another page up here, and then if you select that one, it might be another 20 pages that way. So it's quite good, because you make the story your own, even though it's the words that they suggest, but you can select things based on what you feel you want or how you feel you'd like the game to go. You could change it another time, play it a different way. Some achievements, have I got any? What am I? I don't know which one I am. So, do I suggest this game? I do, if you like stories, and you like a game where you don't really have to play a game, if that makes sense. You just read it. If you're not into Mech Warriors and all that sort of thing, it's probably not good. But there's plenty of other kind of games like this. This is by Heather Albano at the top. So yeah, I recommend it. It's not something I'd buy because I kind of like my games to be a bit more active. But that's just me. You know, some people just want to relax and just do something like this. You know, you can stick on a laptop or whatever you got. Sit there and just surf and read. Okay, well, hopefully you enjoyed watching this short review. Like I said, there's no point going on for half an hour because this is all it is. It's just this. And then you select something like that, and then click there, and then it goes to there. So, let's go back to the menu. We'll go there. Not to it. I don't even know what that means. But yeah. Like I said, I've got another one in my channel. Can't remember the name of it for the life of me, but you'll be able to find it if you sift through my playlist. I might do some more of these. They are quite interesting to see because not many people review these because there's not much to them. You select something and that's it. Anyway, subscribe to my channel if you want to. Give me the old thumbs up. Maybe you've played this kind of game before or these kind of games. Let me know in the comments box below. Okay, thank you for watching and goodbye.